Listen to me. Listen. Oh, stop crying. You are 40 years old. It takes hours to die from a gut shot like that. Literally hours. It's a total drag. So I'll call you later, okay? Okay, ciao ciao. Ugh, new recruits. No stomach for field work. Solid results out there. Not the results we were expecting, but we have entire departments all about adjusting expectations. Heads will roll, whatever. What's buried beneath that rock stays buried. No shit, it's a cosmic big deal, but forget all about it. Or you'll follow Beaumont into a secure treatment ward at Arkham State Hospital. And we don't go to Arkham. Super unsanitary. As for the one that got away, she won't get away far. We've got our best recruiters reaching out to her. The magic sword is a nice to have, but opportunism like that is priceless. And if little Cassandra doesn't play ball, we'll put her through questions and answers to figure out the whole Morning Light angle. It's a win-win. At least we've kept the factional status reasonably quo, although I'm a little curious about what the Orochi group is playing at. We do have strict non-compete spells in place, a lot of red tape and chilling effects, but I wouldn't put it past them to go behind our backs. Just like we're going behind theirs. Oh, you're an accessory now, incidentally. Executive summary? You did good work out there. High five. Really?
Do you know what that means? No, you don't. You have absolutely no idea what that means. Today we'll be doing questions, but we will skip the answers. We know the answers. Miss Geary already debriefed you. There's no need for repetition. How would you rate your performance? Don't answer that. Didn't I tell you? We already know. Bottom line, you failed. Lucky for you, so did everyone else, which makes it hard to establish a cutoff point. Geary's job is to make you feel special, to make you deliver. Ours is to simply evaluate. We look at facts. The facts concern us. Your loyalty concerns us. We have questions, but your answers are irrelevant. Frankly, actions speak louder than words. The sword isn't the only relic of note to go off the radar lately. It's an epidemic. Occult weapons, ancient technology, dangerous artifacts, an alarming amount of it ending up in the wrong hands, i.e., not ours. The Phoenicians are involved. Also, these people. No one quite knows what to make of them. We're filing it under TBD. And then there's the Orochi group. We know exactly what to make of the Orochi group. They may appear to be on our side, but they are not. They are dangerous, they have ambitions. And like us, they have eyes and ears everywhere. Everywhere. I'm gonna tell you exactly what that means. It means we're paying attention, all the time. To you, to everyone else. Q&A isn't just me. It isn't even us. It's all of you. Vigilance is important. If you want to avoid seeing this room again, you will learn to be vigilant. This went well.
This is a Labyrinth speaking. Please report to Light Blue.
Have you tried turning it off and on?
No? Then please kill yourself. Yo, I'm the sysadmin. I've been tracking you since that unauthorized email access. Strike one. Is the agent dead? Out there, I mean? In the system, his mistakes will live forever, like stains under blacklight. Dirty digital fingerprints all across the world. Seriously, do these people even understand how technology works? Everything is recorded. Nothing is deniable. We know your entire life story. It's chill, though. My job isn't in the details. Your weird-ass preoccupations are totally your own thing. Can you not try to make eye contact? I also do numbers, data. I ran all those shipping numbers you saw, which, FYI, takes longer than it does in the movies. Yeah, Egypt. I bet you twigged when you got jacked by mummies. Gold star. But check out all this activity in and out of the desert. Let's say half of them are dummy shipments, to throw off anyone with too much time and satellite access. That still leaves a lot. And what's weird is that this Egyptian mafia, the kingdom, are super anal about export control. As our rogue trader found out. Do you still have his chip? No shit. Well, I know where Geary's sending you next.
In summary, plenty of room for improvement. Now, it's time for you to leave and time for me to chat with one of our rising stars. Ciao, ciao. Well, I don't expect to see him again. We're making a few cuts. Exciting news! You're going to Egypt. Well, exciting if you're into all beach and no sea. I prefer the Mojave. The smell of the firing range, peyote, shallow graves. But enough about my childhood. Africa hasn't been a key action area for us since the 14th century BC. Now our sources say something big is going down in the desert. A real game changer. New England is so last week. The catch is that we'll have to work with Venice. The Council used to run the show, back when the Earth was flat and the sun revolved around Europe. These days they're all about being neutral observers, getting in the way of a good old-fashioned honor system. But until we find a way to speed up their slow descent into the ocean, it pays to use and abuse them. We scratch their back, they crack down harder on the Templars. It's a public service. The modern world is so over big swords and bad teeth. Hook up with the Venice envoy. Make nice. Find out what they know. If you have to make a mess, make sure you don't spill any on the Orochi group. They've been making a lot of noise about New England, and word is that their Egyptian operation has been compromised. They're likely to pin it on us if push comes to shove. I tell Orochi to go fuck themselves, but you know how it goes. They're the world's biggest transmedia conglomerate. Setting up a video conference regarding self-fucking would take forever. Time for my next o'clock. Don't worry, you're not on my cut list. Yet. Ciao, ciao.
Are you bringing us reinforcements today? We could use reinforcements. We have already lost the outskirts of Almaraya. The town itself cannot be allowed to fall. This is why we are here. We are the Maria. Young warriors of an old land. The Black Land. A land of old religions. Old enemies. Ask the desert what it remembers. It is merely an expression.
Boss, these plans...
I know. I know it is different from the stories. When the stories were written, no one had machine guns. Egypt's strength is its people. Time and time again, when their voices are silenced, they raise up their fists. The cult of Aten, they fear the people. So with poison words and drugs, they empty men's souls to join their uprising. An uprising that spites freedom, leaves only mindless slaves. Slaves to a great enemy who hates all things. This is his homeland. They are preparing it for his return. We fight, but every day there are more Atena slaves. Too many. Soon, more than we can handle. Without resorting to extremes. This started as a guerrilla war, but now it is open war between the Maria and our ancient enemy. I will be forward with you. There is a traitor in Almaraya, here, seething in these very streets as we speak. This snake feeds information to the cultists. I am to blame. I was too trusting. I should never have relied on anyone but Maria. Forgive my anger. You have done good things for us. One of Cairo's trade princes is among us. I think they sent opportunity for profit on the desert wind. We arranged a bartering in secret. As much as I dislike secrets. But the Atanas knew. They knew. Our snake was watching us, even then. But perhaps it has shed some of its scales. A trail that a patient hunter could follow. Be wary. It could be anyone. I can't understand. Does our history mean nothing? Does their freedom mean nothing? The trade prince. I spoke to him of this. He told me, if I truly want to understand humanity, I need only read the comments section on YouTube. I hate the internet.
Careful, the protections. They do not differentiate between friend and foe. Anything that smells of anima, clean or tainted, and the fireworks go off. That was the third attack in as many days. The Aten worshippers are getting more aggressive, and our defenses are under strain. We needed the help. Muchas gracias. This is all I have. The entire Council of Venice delegation. One field operative, Amparo Osorio, buenas, and a handful of armed personnel. Hardly enough manpower to deal with a situation like this. Something has gone terribly wrong here. Far beyond the earthquakes, locust swarms, and rain of fire. I believe something has been taken from this place. A dangerous artifact that may be behind the cruel wind that has brought these dark clouds upon us. I'm convinced that the Orochi are involved, somehow. As are the Phoenicians. Their loyalties can be bought. But there's someone else too. Someone with a lot of resources and friends in the highest places. Them? I do not know. But the Council won't listen. No one listens. My reports vanish in red tape, and I don't receive the resources I need. It's as if someone is deliberately trying to slow me down. And so I dig on my own and attract the attention of the cultists. I fear the Council may be compromised from the inside. I don't know who to trust, whether they want me to find the truth, or if they want me to bury it deep below the sand. All I know is that this is too important to bury. Too important to keep secret. Whatever it is that happened, it happened right here, in this town. Normal people were turned into mindless, murderous sheep, bent on darkness, death, and destruction. But like sheep, they only know how to follow. And if you follow the sheep, they might lead you to the shepherd. Yes?
They are your servants now, ready to bend to your every whim.
You are mistaken, my friend. We are all servants of Aten. I am merely his prophet.
Whatever you say, my friend. As long as your slaves provide us with offerings, you will remain a prophet. Or become a god if you wish. Fail us, and that power vanishes. Everything vanishes.
The Maria are getting help from the outsiders. That was not part of the deal. You said
The deal is simple. Give us what we want. We give you what you want. We are not getting what we want.
you will. It is only a matter of time. He will be unleashed. Trust me.
Trust. You speak to me of trust. Trust is a sign of weakness. I only trust what I can see before me. I have other business. We will talk soon. You will deliver to me what you have promised. Or all of this will go away. This madness.
Praise be upon Aten. Praise be upon his prophet Akhenaten, the Black Pharaoh. Go forth and do his bidding. And may he lay waste to heretics and unbelievers.
We need you to transport another shipment. We will pay you well.
From one man in a fedora to another. We had a deal for one shipment. We honored our deal, but the time has come for us to part ways.
I see. The Maria are merely peasants with Kalashnikovs. And the Council of Venice, an inconvenience. Nothing more. They will all fall in the end.
They're not the issue. Not at all. You are. You don't understand the consequences of your actions. You're dangerous, unpredictable. Terrible traits in a business partner.
You are right. I am dangerous.
If I had a pebble for every thug who tried to shake me down the last 3,000 years, I'd build a great pyramid of my own. Humans fear the end so fiercely they still think death is the ultimate deterrent. Have I got news for you?
Who said anything about death? There are far worse things. I know ways to make even a dead man scream. There are forces out there older than the kingdom, older than the sun, with power unwitnessed by the likes of you. Power we just unleashed upon the world. But that was just the beginning. The Maria will feel that power. Venice will feel that power. Those living weapons. And once they are all gone, who knows what we will do? So choose your allegiance wisely, dead man.
Well then, I thought we might treat ourselves to an iced lolly after the meeting, but clearly our business is concluded. Mortals. Always something to prove. I trust you caught the gist of that conversation.
I've written a letter to my sister. Yeah, I know it is a lot to ask. You need to keep everything a secret. I promise. I say nothing about what is happening here. I only tell her that I miss her and that I love her. Thank you. It is all I ask. I do not ask to be brought along. Your roads are for your people only. I know this because some have tried and they were stung. In their minds, they say. So, no, I do not wish to try. I treasure my mind too highly. Besides, I want to stay. I want to be here with friends and neighbors to serve them tea and cakes. As long as there is tea and cakes. And friends. But no fruit. No dates. The places they grow in are infected. The soil has become black with the living oil which seeps up from below. There are stories about it. Stories from long ago, when the oil was only in the deepest places. Now, the oil lives in the sun. These are different times. Darker times. I know the Aten worshippers and their slaves are pulling the oil out of the ground, out of the plants and the fruits. They harvest it, make others feed on it. That turns them into monsters, not just mindless slaves like the cultists, but real monsters. We want our land back, our people, and our dates. Men cannot live on tea and cakes alone. Although, this is no bad thing for business. I hope the letter finds my sister well, that the disease is not spreading. No, do not tell me. I wish to believe in a place beyond this, where the soil is still clean, for as long as possible. When angels arrive, the demons leave. It's a nice saying, no? It gives me hope. Except the angels are here. But so are the demons. They have been here a long time, and they are not leaving. Some say the demons came only a little while ago, but this is not true. We have been living among demons for as long as anyone can recall. We have become blind to them. They are as much a part of this town as we are. But the others? Long before you came, long before the earthquakes and meteors and ruined cities opened up, there were others. Why would anyone come to this town in the middle of the desert? I came here to escape, to hide. Unless you were born here or want to die here, I can think of no other reason to live in this place. They were good at keeping secrets, the foreigners. They smiled and spent money, but kept to themselves, and no one questioned this. So I stayed quiet, because that is what you do. I'm a stranger too, and I cannot afford to make enemies. I have a business to run, still. Even as we face the plagues of Egypt, I have my customers to serve. And you angels, you need to eat and drink as well, so that you can finally drive the demons away.
Going. Hello.
So what are you? Red team? Blue team? Green team? You're all the same to me. You know who I work for, so let's cut the bullshit. We are not in this together. You and me will never be friends. And the day will come when I will have this gun pointed at your head, and I will pull the trigger. Lucky for you, that day is not quite here yet. The snakes. They are my eyes and ears beyond the city walls. I never back away from a fight, but I'm not stupid enough to go out there and risk my life without good reason. The cultists are getting bold and careless, high on dreams and whispers of death and darkness. They are playing with powerful magic, and the old gods have plenty of tricks up their sleeves. I don't usually subscribe to any of that my enemy's enemy bullshit, but in this case I see the value in a bit of fact-sharing, for old time's sake. No more games. You know I have a hidden agenda. I know you have a hidden agenda. But there'll be nothing for us to fight over if we let these amateurs mess things up for everybody. Do we understand each other? Yes. Yes, I understand. But on that note, I have some not so great news. The latest shipment won't make it to the boat. I'm going to... Slow down, slow down. All I am asking for is some backup out here. Not only am I dealing with the Council and its lackeys, we have got Orochi and the... Sorry, 1 second.
A little bird told us you're in close proximity to a known Phoenician agent named Tarnis. We've been trying to get information on her for a while. She's deeply involved in what's going on in Egypt. We need you to get as close to Tarnis as possible so we can patch you into her conversation. We'll be using some off-the-shelf thaumaturgy here, so we won't be able to hear anything on our side. Take notes.
مرحبا.
Totally out of my hands. My contact goes AWOL, the trucks carrying the crates are stolen, and...
We operate under the radar. You know this. If we didn't think you could do the job, you wouldn't be here. We make do with less, so make do. The question is, why are you still talking to me? Why are you still alive to make excuses for this total fuck-up?
I wouldn't be much use to you dead. I put tracking devices in the crates. I know where they are, but...
So let me see if I get this straight. Some of the most dangerous artifacts in existence are now in the hands of cultists who want to blow everything and everyone to hell?
That is the gist of it, I guess.
You guess. You guess. My ass is in a sling, and you guess. Take care of this. Get our merchandise back. You don't want to have to explain yourself to anyone above me.
I will take care of it, don't worry. Oh, shit!
No, Roberto. Está bien. Lo siento. We are being extra cautious. Not only are we under constant attack, there have recently been attempts on my life. This village is divided, neighbor against neighbor. You have seen how it is. And also, people vanish, taken from their homes in the middle of the night, made into... I don't know what they are. Slaves of Aten? Mindless tools of the sun cult. Oh, hijo de puta. And nobody dares to talk, even when the streets are getting emptier by the day. Soon, the cultists will own this town and everyone in it. Ay, muy mal. So, I received word from the council, and they finally sent someone, an official, a single agent. A chingada. After what I tell them of this place. But I only have their word for it. That was a week ago, and the agent is nowhere to be found. Perhaps my colleague has been taken as well? I have no way of knowing. I fear I may be next.
Thank you so much. I've been locked up for days. I was on my way to meet Miss Osorio when the cultists grabbed me and brought me here. I don't know what happened next or why, but these beasts came out and killed everyone. I was sure I was going to be next. Your assistance is greatly appreciated. I will not forget you in my report to the Council.
Buzz, buzz, buzz. I suppose we're bound to meet in time. And if there's one thing I have an excess of, it's time. If there's two, it's time and vices. But you, strong and silent, aren't really my type. Ugh. Let's walk a moment. We don't need any more bugs crawling into our mouths, Earthquakes, plagues, locusts. I know what you're thinking, but I'll tell you what you should be thinking. What can I get out of this? And take it from me, a mummified corpse in a 12,000-pound suit. This isn't biblical, it's local. Our entire culture was obsessed with eternity and the high cost of dying. Men queuing up to cross over, animals guarding the threshold, returning gods and demons. Musical chairs of the soul. So there will always be hangers-on, like the Arbe, a locust god, not a capital G god. The Maria have documented its exploits. They document everything. There's a library east of the village. Ever banished a minor deity? It could be downright educational for you, a real opportunity. I should charge for this. All right. It's on the house. You're killing me.
It's like the plagues of Egypt. First, the water turns to blood, figuratively, if not quite literally. Then there's hail and thunder, locust swarms, flies and disease, and then darkness. And now, the very fires of heaven rain upon us. It's almost beautiful. But only from up here. There's no beauty to be found down there. Only death and war. This land has been cursed by history and the madness of men. Of course, I don't have the manpower to investigate, let alone do anything about it. All that's left for me is to write another report to the council, pleading for them to come see for themselves, to witness how the skies and ground have opened up, unleashing the wrath of God upon us all. No. Not the wrath of God. There's nothing biblical about these plagues. This is all in the hands of humans.
Do not be angry, Master. You know how prone these people are to evil. I have fought this war many times. The weapons may change, but the faces do not. Those unfortunate souls, turned by the Arten, look the same as they ever did. their eyes mad, their skin ashen, their minds clouded. They are in the grip of the Dreamers. They are no longer human. The Sun Worshippers want nothing more than the destruction of everything. They want to see the Earth scorched, cities burned to the ground, and their priests transformed into dark angels. If they only knew what they were truly working for. No less than the extinction of all life by forces beyond our reckoning. This time, however, it's different. This time, the plagues were unleashed by outsiders. Oh, the evil was seeded long before anyone from the outside ever set foot in this valley. But it would have found no soil to grow in, were it not for those who came greedily seeking the riches of the Forbidden City. Now the High Priest Abdul Dawood and his disciples who worship the Black Pharaoh and their cruel god Aten are spreading like locusts. That which began with outsiders must also be mended by outsiders. My strength is waning, after thousands of years in the deserts of my life. And the Maria, they cannot do this on their own. Yes, I am putting it all on you, child. You and those like you, the ones chosen by the Earth itself, or by the Master. But I am not yet dead, and my vow to the 64 is long broken. So I will do what I can to aid you in your plight. Among those who came here to dig, there are some that may harm you, and some that may help you. Seek them out, and seek their knowledge. If I knew who to trust, I would not keep it from you.
Assalamu alaikum.
My friend, it is good to see you.
You are late.
1,000 apologies. But given the circumstances, I am sure you will forgive me. We are at war.
Do not speak to me of war, fat man. You are still late.
So it appears. What is it we need to discuss?
Our friendship. We have done many things for you. We have given you this village.
The village is still not ours, and...
This is your problem, not mine. You have received weapons and support. We have awakened your sleeping god. What have you done for us?
What have we?
The shipments have stopped. Your army has failed to defeat the enemy. They run free in the streets. We need more hands digging. Why do your people still resist?
My people? They are not my people. The Maria are receiving help from the outside, and they are fighting back. Both out there and inside the village. We need more support.
You demand more favors from us?
My friend, it is not a demand. But as long as the village remains free, we are unable to finish what we began.
Like I said, your problem.
Our problem. Yes, yes. And we have a plan. The Maria, they do not know about the tunnels beneath the village. We will use them to mount a surprise attack from the inside.
Then why are we still having this conversation? Do not waste your time here.
Godless heretic.
Quick access inventory updated.
Did you suppose he's eternal? What's another 10 minutes, hmm? This is why I swore off Aegean girls. Out with it, then.
We want you to fulfill the terms of your agreement. You do not get to skip out on a contract signed in blood.
For a moment there, I thought a Phoenician arms dealer was trying to lecture me on principles. We had a deal on the table, then you cut another deal with a death cult. We want no part in that. Besides, Venice has called in the bees.
The mighty and ancient kingdom afraid of a little sting?
I'm not taking on any new enemies at the moment.
You are making one right now.
You have made a simple arrangement infinitely more complicated. My advice? Get that arse of yours insured. It would be your gift to the world. Oh, please. We're above this. Well, one of us is. Gun oil, desperation, and cheap perfume. Tannis, Tannis, Tannis.
So what do you want? Huh? Money? Blood sacrifices? The spear of destiny? We have the wealth of Carthage. There must be something you want.
Goodness, let's not debase ourselves any more than we absolutely must. Not wealth. Honor. Carthage has long sold out of that stock. You've made your sarcophagus. Now go lie in it. I shouldn't think we'll meet again.
Fucking mummies.
I told you, they would all desert you. They lack the conviction, and they will burn for it. Come, let us discuss our bright and shining future.
The Romans are restless in their graves. I hear them every night in my dreams. Their whispers are insistent. The ancient Romans, child. Legionaries of the Roman Empire. We get all sorts. They were part of a crumbling empire, worshipping a dying god. Deus Sol Invictus. The unconquered sun. The irony. As Constantine christened Rome, the cult was dissolved and they scattered. The most zealous fled here to this valley to unite with those who shared their beliefs, the servants of the Aten, the sun god. It's no coincidence that they both worship the scorching sun. Remember this. It might serve you in the future. We were blessed with fortune. It could have been the end of everything we know, of this world and others, but instead, our enemies failed. Thanks to the Maria and the sentinels who watch over the hidden city of Aten, the sun worshippers were destroyed, and a cataclysm was avoided. The few who survived fled south, but their dead were left behind. With the new dawn of Aten upon us, their bodies rise from the earth to join the Dark Disciples and their Black Pharaoh. The Romans are restless, and they must once more be stilled. Get to it. Now! What, are you not used to being told what to do, child? Go! Go, 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 go! Elizabeth now. My brother, he likes to put on a show. We have a complicated history, but we've learnt to coexist in relative peace. Me as a restless wanderer, him as a bothersome spirit. That is where our paths diverged, my brother's and mine. He escaped into death, while death has escaped me. The awful thing about immortality is that it tends to go on and on forever. You'll see. This is not the first time Egypt has been struck by Mephistophelian misfortune, I'm sure you know, although it's only been written about the one time. Chalk it down to experience. We did get better at covering things up as we went along. As is always the case, there's much to learn from history. The books of the past may contain word of the future. That was one of the tenets of the 4 and 60. Our ties were severed long ago, because they claimed I was too close to those I was supposed to silently observe, that I cared too highly for mortals, as if this was an inexcusable weakness. I've gotten better at it. For example, I could have simply shown you the way, but I shall not. Instead, I might simply mislay my staff where someone could accidentally retrieve it. Also, I might warn you to be on the lookout for brush fire. It would need to be stamped out before it spreads. In my experience, staffs are good for stamping things out. Too much? I'll never get this right.
Nasir! Nasir!
Boss! Hey, 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 the cavalry! Play ball! Nice catch. You like to play ball? Come, come. I show you. C4. Good shit. Russia made. We managed to get shipment through. Now it is my job to prep it. Like Sly in Demolishing Man.
I need you to start packing up, Nasir.
She is, how you say, tough cookie. It is in her blood. Our blood. We are Maria, the young warriors, and we die hard like Bruce Willis. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! Our enemy, they use the water pumps to spread their black disease. They pump cancer into the water, into the soil, the food supply. Soon everybody will be like them, like the walking dead, with octopus fingers in their head. Very, very bad. But now we have something very, very good. We will disable the pumps, stop the pollution. Boom! Just like Bollywood movie, with happy ending and musical number. Ay, 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 Hello, my friend. The mission was a great success.
There is much left to do. We are not yet victorious.
Shani is always worried. It is her job. She is our leader. She is responsible. Me? I'm young. I still believe in victory. I may look like I'm not serious. My sister was eaten by a beast from the mountains. My mother was taken by cultists when I was 11. My father died trying to save her. I am very serious. But if we can no longer have fun, if we cannot take joy in life, they have won. Come, boss, dance!
Say what you will about Anasir. He's the best at what he does. The sands of battle are always shifting. Your assistance is of great value. But we have fought this war for a long, long time. And you have many things to do. Many places to be. This is only one of them.
But they are here now, boss. And they will help us fulfill our destiny.
The pumps only distribute the poison. We can destroy that. But the source of the corruption comes from deep in the mountains.
Then we will destroy the mountain. Nothing is impossible for the young warriors. Yeah!
Advantage yours.
Monty!
I really do think I'm getting a touch old for this.
Like hell you are. They say you're only as old as you feel. And you feel... we have company. Aaron Singh, my partner Montgomery de la Roche. We are from Oxford. Occult department.
Under the circumstances, that may be a redundancy, Aaron.
You taught me to always value precision, Monty. Even at the expense of economy. I take it you're not here for the scenery.
That's our territory. We have trodden carefully on this brittle ground, aware of any misstep that might unearth things that should remain buried. Not like those boorish Orochi thugs. We would have left a discovery of this magnitude undisturbed.
Well...
largely undisturbed. Those jackboots barreled over us with no thought to the consequences.
This excavation, all of the constructions in the valley, they are only wall dressing. Markers. An antechamber to a second site, a massive complex, an entire city, sealed away.
Inside the mountains. Concealed from prying eyes.
And Google Earth.
Only now breached to a creeping, terrifying end. You've heard of the mummy's curse and such, no doubt. Poppycock. Pure rot. Yet some parts of the past were buried for a reason. Never to be unearthed. Not for greed, for science, even for academia.
What Monty means to say is, we are not going inside that place.
We are scholars, not...
I fear that whatever is done to stem the tide, it will have little consequence when a tsunami awaits on the other side.
There is singing.
It's fading. That means something. I must have pulled something when we were opening that door.
Don't blame the digging, blame the swordplay. Monty?
Ah. Did you... Splendid.
Late 18th dynasty.
References to the heretic king.
There!
The Sentinels!
The Sentinels! Monty!
We were right!
There was never any doubt. Never any doubt.
Whatever lies within the ruined city has been guarded by the 7 Sentinels and their song. The song is now fading, and according to this, if it does, when it does, the heretic king will rise again.
And his god, the lord of every land, will rise with him. We believe this to be a very bad thing.
A very bad thing indeed, my dear.
Well, if you want something done right, keep throwing people at it until one of them lucks out. Oh, this is nice. Very nice. They don't make wards against pestilence like they used to. Oh, well, you'll need this to remove the Arbe from its nest. You are still doing that, yes? A little desert falcon told me the beasts hold up in that gauche tourist trap, the so-called Temple to the Arten. Pfft, Arten. I'm one to talk about overstaying a welcome, but this isn't its time anymore. It's an ugly throwback from a darker age. A bleaker age. An Egypt of obsidian monuments, baking sand, the most shocking violence and depravity. Oh, you people don't know the half of it. But if you can't stand the heat, get out of the desert, I always said. And you did. The Illuminati, the Templars, the Dragon all scurried off with their prizes like dung beetles after a camel race and left Egypt to fend for herself. To overthrow a tyrant and chisel the forbidden names out of memory. Now the gang's all here again.
Clip! Want to make yourself useful? I'm not even gonna bother with the politics. Our brief says to not mingle, but if you haven't noticed, we're in deep and sticky. And this time, it's all on us. We dug our own grave. Literally. Phil's crawling out of the crevice down that valley, and our guys on the ground have been infected. I hate leaving a mess, but we can't do the cleaning up. This is a last stand sort of deal, and all we can do is hang on to this perimeter like grim death and pray for a miracle. I have a feeling you'll do more damage without it. Prometheus Initiative. They knew how to take care of their own. Water, food, ammo. There's even a crate of scotch. Oak-aged. First-class stuff. That wasn't for us, obviously. We were just here to provide protection, like good little roachy tin soldiers, while the suits and white coats called the shots and reaped the benefits. We didn't ask questions. And now, we're left without answers. We don't even know what the Prometheus Initiative was doing out here. Was a depot close by. It's where a lot of the logistics were handled, away from prying eyes. Flying supplies in and the other stuff out, always under the cover of night. It was also the first place to get hit when the hitting began. We lost a lot of good soldiers that day. Some suits, too, but who keeps count? We've gone in there to restock, but it's lethal. The place is crawling. I'm a loyal employee to a point, and they're pushing that point. Where's our backup? Our transportation? There's been no word, no info, no intel, nothing. I'm not even sure they're planning an evac. It's strange the way it happened. Like they knew exactly when and where to hit us. All the hallmarks of an inside job. And whoever hit us, they're still around, and they have resources. So much for job security. You guys hiring?
And Tie, once the great royal wife, decreed her dyers to be set down at the Ankh. Are you getting all this, Aaron? Riveting stuff.
Is riveting really the word you're looking for, Monty?
At least take a rubbing, man.
Ah, hello again. We're getting in a little legwork while there's a break in the, murdering.
I don't know how au fait you are with the reign of Pharaoh Akhenaten.
Creator of the would-be capital, Amarna. Dedicated to his one god, Aten. It's out that way.
Yes, a very long way out there. Even on its rushed schedule, the city was never completed. It was a vanity project, subject to the whims of Akhenaten's growing megalomania. And our man was distracted.
By the demands of his Atenist religion. And the wiles of his mother, Tie the Red Queen. She colored her nails blood red, perhaps even dyed her hair. Upper-class ancient Egyptian women were millennia ahead of the glamour curve.
Think of a Lady Macbeth figure by way of Grace Jones.
Who?
Why did Tie, Akhenaten, and their divine cult start a new citadel in this empty place? What brought the Romans here decades on? I venture the answers are still carved under sand.
The wedding guest, he beat his breast. Tom fed ancient man, the bright-eyed mariner.
Fascinating stuff. You could do a lecture tour off this. Really, you're putting us to shame.
Not that we're strangers to scandalizing the academic community.
Oh, you.
This does fit with the big, terrible picture theory.
You know how I feel about that name.
It's only a theory, Monty. Sorry, the BTP posits that we, the collective we, mankind, have forgotten more than we ever learned. For centuries, man has discovered objects much older than recorded history.
Not even the immortals still understand how these antiquities are operated, their purpose, how they are manufactured. They become the stuff of myth and legend, the work of deities and devils.
Our civilization never seems to stray far from these things. That is why we can dig up a city underneath every city.
We're creatures of habit, repeat offenders.
You may be thinking, where does the terrible come in? If this theory holds, something must keep throwing out the toy set every time we finish building it, leaving us to spend an eon finding all the pieces and putting it back together.
Scrabbling in the dust for answers. And instead, finding more questions.
I find it curious that you have time for coffee when we are forced to wait on you.
You know what it is like out there.
What is out there is our doing. Do you have something for me?
It is getting harder and harder to find new treasures. I think there is not much left.
No! You will find more. This is why we are friends. This is why we help you. Because you give us this. If you stop giving us this, then we stop being friends. We become enemies.
Do not threaten me! I am a prophet of Aten, and I demand respect!
You have yet to hear my friends, prophet of the Aten. There's a place to the north. You have not dug there yet, but others have. Englishmen.
The university dig site. Yes, I know of it. But even if there are treasures there, we do not have the people to...
Do not have the people. Do not have the people? Then find the people. This is what you do for us to maintain our friendship. Do we have a problem?
It seems no.
Look at me.
No. No. There is no problem.
Good.
Just in time. No, well, not, to be honest.
We've been robbed.
At gunpoint.
Not usually a problem, given our expertise.
They were many.
And murderous. We felt, under the circumstances, that we had little choice but to abandon the artifacts in question.
They are of the sort that should not be abandoned, or left in enemy hands.
At any cost. Aside from our lives, obviously.
Obviously.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Yes, you must be talking to me, because I think we are alone now. So tell me, punk, are you lucky? Are you feeling lucky, punk? Oh. When this war is over, I want to be taxi driver in New York City. Safe job. No more explosives. Our enemy, he has no soul. Only darkness inside. He never has to look at his reflection. He never has doubts. It is hard, this life. We make it look easy, but it is hard. For thousands of years, the Maria are here, guarding the valley and its secrets. Sons learn from their fathers, daughters from their mothers. Always we are at war. But never like this. Never so many to fight. Never so many tears. It is my job to put on the brave face. But it is hard. Lucky for me, I have war training, eh? Embedded with special forces, hunting Gene in Afghanistan. Like Rambo! They give me the cool sunglasses. And we do not fight alone! We have new friends! We have you! Scrabbling field for you.
Quick access inventory updated.
Do you know the secret of keeping bees? My people have been doing it for thousands of years. One does not build a royal palace for the honeybee. A hive of dung is better than a hive of stone. Far better that you remain a captive. A dead bee creates no honey. Not to mention your talents in that area. Aten has promised me immortality. With the Black Pharaoh gone, I stand first among his prophets. And all he asks in return is a little chaos. All good beekeepers know this trick. The smoke takes away your sting, makes you placid. You will recover in time. But I plan to put that time to good use. The hour approaches. When next we meet, my friend, we shall stand as equals.
I have failed my people. Now,
you. Please, find him. He will know. Saeed will know. He knows how they think. But he is not like them. Trust Saeed. He will find you the time you need.
Bound to pop up eventually. Call me back. Without us, they'll never acquire top caliber. So I told myself. Oh, sure, people have been known to get things done without me, but the work I did to sign, seal, and deliver the goods, it was downright artistic. Memories. Ugh. Let's not dwell on the past. No, I take that back. Let's dwell a while, shall we? No matter how much time goes by, you never forget the ones that got away. In my case, it was a divine little Roman thing. Came traipsing through here a millennium ago. To imagine what might have been. Temples, monuments, people, they all just bleed into each other. But the Ansali of Mars... Well, I know what you're thinking. Saeed, after all you've done for me, after all you've done for Egypt, I'd be honored to get you the Ansali, if only I had time. Well, supposing you did have time, Besides, if those Romans were who I think they are, you'd be doing yourself a favor. Those are my terms. You dig up the Ansali for me, and I dig up information for you. I'm going to take this. Oh, and read the manual. I don't want you crawling back as a temporal anomaly.
It is disappointing to find you here running errands. You do not make good use of the gifts you have been given. You are working for the kingdom. What do you truly know of this man, this thing? He crawled from his tomb a man out of time. And did he improve the world? Did he take up a cause? No. He lost himself in wealth and debauchery. Do you think he believes in what you do? This man, this kingdom, he believes in nothing. His morals are as far behind him as his memories of being alive. Such a waste of immortality. Aten sends me dreams of Tokyo, the beautiful madness. He whispers that it can happen again, and he shows me the way. But the first time, the beginning, ask your friend. Ask him why the children of Tokyo lie broken in the streets. You cannot be killed, but my men will harry you across this earth. Run back to your friend. You cannot stop me.
Skin, I am blessed.
Oh, nice. This is nice. Well, it's a forgery, but it's a decent one. Don't worry. One of you is bound to luck out. While you were gone, I confirmed the bad news. They've gotten hold of a second Class 1 device, meaning a second Tokyo may be imminent. Tokyo. Now there's something I'd like to wipe off my resume. I suppose the only way to do that is to keep it from happening again. Now, you're familiar with how these destructive wonders work, yes? You have these sources of third-age power, remarkable things, and then you have these equally remarkable arcs that were designed to secure them. It's that simple. Container, contained. They were meant for each other. Well, apparently not everyone sees it that way. They're preparing to move the device out of Almarea sans arc. Oh, sure. I see the reasoning. Why bother securing something incredibly unstable if you can twirl it around and risk all of Egypt instead? They've got a ship waiting for them in Cairo. I'll find out where they are and keep them there. You poke around with the locals and see if you can dig up an ark. What a team we make.
I love this town. It may not look like much. It's not New York or Paris, but it has soul. An old soul, stained and musty, but also robust and authentic. I know. It is just a small town in the middle of the desert, far away from big cities and civilization. I know, because this is why I come here in the first place. I like being far away.
Rumor has it you've stumbled onto something. My capacity to inspire competence never ceases to amaze. I'll be there as soon as I can. In the meantime, try not to touch anything.
Look, I'll be honest, I don't remember what I was prince of. Broken, is it? That's a pity. I take it you see how this needs to work, hmm? Where, oh where can we find a functioning version of the Ark? Or should I say, when oh when? I haven't the faintest when I got this, but I can't remember being without it. I suppose it once meant something to me. Chop chop! Time is of the essence. Anka Kahabi. Anka Kamadu. Said u Erasmus. Non evoli. Kete evoli emifriti. Hon pen oik pehe nok. Entenko un non pete. Erasmus lisht. Happy pet hua u. Pet oik u. Nepi ua enter asti enter. Enter taris bikura. Anka Gahabi?
I am the Bruce Willis, and you are Rocky Bilbo. Together with old manager, we chased train and saved the world.
Oh, do I dare inquire? Who have you got me playing in this spectacle?
You are wrinkly manager, man. Your job is to be old and die so we can learn and be sad. Also, you pay for gas.
Delightful. So, shall we? I have other appointments today. I suppose you'll want to ride shotgun. Oh, don't mind me. I'll stretch out in the back.
We go blow the shit out of train!
We catch the train, Nasir. More precisely, you get us there while I contact the people I need to. Our action hero will do the rest. Sorry to be a bother, but is that what I think it is? We're all aware of how a canyon works, yes? For the love of all things ancient, get closer!
Oh, sure. You don't want me to jump? Want me to throw you?
Yes, I'm sure that's exactly what they want. For you to throw them. Why don't I do a little dance whilst we're at it?
You jump now! We will come back! We go for help. You stop the train!
What arrogance to think that you can defeat a prophet. That you can fight a god.
The cargo on this train, my friend, it is very precious. You cannot just let you take it. You have not picked your sides wisely enough. Tell me, would you trust it to that monster? To those people? They are not even your people. You have no people.
Say your last prayers to your deceased deity, and prepare to face the eternal fire. The black sun will scorch the flesh from your bones and burn you to ashes.
No, not like this! No sign of villain. He is either dead or waiting for sequel.
Sequel? Ooh, splendid. I, for one, cannot wait to do this again.
I even let you drive next time. We blow all the terrorists up.
Nazir, the notion of our relationship blossoming beyond today fills me with a special kind of dread.
I like you, but you have big problem. You're chained to past, scared to start fresh with good people. The Maria are good people. You work more with us, and you will stop feeling like asshole. You see me, I am like Robert De Niro when I analyze this shit. I find the root of your problem.
Yes, you are remarkably astute.
Now, we all go to celebrate and feel good. Together, we defuse the big threat!
Someone remind me, what exactly did I get out of all this?
We are great friends now. You are in my blood.
Oh, surely not. That sounds unhygienic.
Only way for you to break friendship now is to stab the Maria in the back. Do that, and I will not hesitate to kill you many times.
I suppose I can live with those terms. Fine. I reluctantly accept. But next time I get to play Rocky.
Ha! It is deal!
They're beautiful, aren't they? I've seen all there is to see in this world, and yet, every time I return here, they steal my breath away. Listen. Their song, it's also beautiful. It has kept this city of the Arden concealed since the monstrous reign of Akhenaten. The song of the Sentinels has kept him silenced, chained inside his tomb, inside the Black Pyramid. It was naive of me to think it would be enough, that it would last forever. The disciples of the Arden have returned, as you well know. Akhenaten stirs in his sarcophagus. The Arden himself is awakening. This is why I have returned. Perhaps for the last time. It's also why you have come, though you may not know it yet. No matter how far I travel, how long I'm away, I always return to my duty, to my children. We have sat vigil in this temple of nightmares for 3,000 years. It may soon be at an end one way or another. The vigil is over, and we fight. It's no longer enough to conceal this place. It must be destroyed. Each of their aspects, each of their spirits and the gods they represent will be needed, and you must help us unite them all. Only then can the Black Pharaoh be defeated. Only then can we prevent the return of the Arden itself. And only then may my children finally be free of this place, of this world.
I have failed. I have failed them, and I have failed you. This terrible city was supposed to remain hidden for all time. But perhaps it was inevitable. Secrets cannot be kept forever. And at least the Sentinels, my children, no longer stand alone. This is where the Black Pharaoh descended, step by blood-stained step, where his subjects were brought as slaves and sacrificed to his cruel god, Arten. It is a city born in blood, and there is nothing to be learned from its horrors. Arten is no god, and the Artenist religion knows nothing of true sacrifice, made willingly, hearts filled with light and devotion. This thing called Arten only takes, demands, and devours men's innocence, their minds and souls, and nothing will still its hunger. We watched it once as it brought Egypt to her knees. And then we sacrificed ourselves and others to stop it. The world is bigger now. Given a chance, the Arten will spread his darkness beyond Egypt. Already the bloodshed increases and the carrion eaters gather around his altars. And my brave children cry out, afraid their strength won't be enough this time. I will not allow myself to believe they can fail. Because, should they fail, then the next sacrifice of blood will be our future and yours. This is my daughter, Mutamoya. She holds the veil that kept the city hidden from the outside.
Hello, Father.
She embodies the spirit of Merit Sega.
Can you hear them whispering from beneath? The tombs are stirring and the dead are waking. My song is fading. The voices from beyond are getting louder.
I know you are tired, my sweet, but you must channel your spirit.
Mine is the sad song. I guess it always was. You are all my father said you would be, and yet nothing like I imagined. It's hard to base a perception on a word, and it's wrong to chain someone to one place for all eternity. I see you here now, and it fills me with relief and horror, joy and sadness. Relief that this, the longest wait, is almost over. Horror you can see all around you. The voice from the deep is drowning my song in its noise as the catacombs fill with the slaves of darkness. Joy that my personal nightmare is perhaps coming to an end.
You're not leaving me, are you, big sister?
I will never leave you, my love. Never.
Promise?
I swear on my own children, little brother. I swear on all the stars in the sky, on all the grains of sand in the desert.
Okay, then.
And sadness for my little brother. He never knew anything but this half-life, and now even that is being stolen away from him. We are all that he has. If it weren't for him, I would just let go. I would let the deep voices in and allow them to still my song. I would rest. I would sleep. But I would miss him too much.
In the filthy shadow of the Black Pharaoh's pyramid, his army is made strong. Their general has received all the blessings of the Arten.
Hack him to pieces. He will only laugh and spit black tar in your face.
Their god is a false one, but this is the cradle of its power.
My god remains true, but it has been so long. I do not know if he still holds court.
Don't let your sorrow invite blasphemy, brother.
You know that we outlived our civilization. What if we outlived our gods, too?
Then they live on through our Passaget, and through our memory they are justified.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but... you're right.
Humility looks peculiar on you, sister.
Wanderer, when we rode out to face the Artenists, we wore divine sigils draped upon us by the boy king Tut himself. If you were to fashion the Eye of Horus, offer it upon an altar, I will endeavor to lend you that power. Wield it to cleanse the general's followers with your righteous fire, then dispatch him.
So justice will be done.
So vengeance will be delivered.
So Egypt will be protected.
This is my eldest son, Tutmosis. He is the falcon that watches over the pyramid.
Hello, Father. High Priest of Amun.
He embodies the spirit of Horus. Channel your spirit, my son.
Child of Gaia, know that there is, always has been, a balance in the universe.
Oh gods, here we go.
The balance between Ma'at and Isfet. On one side justice, on the other chaos. We seven, brothers and sisters, knowingly gave up our mortal lives.
Knowingly? One might also say, naively.
I must ask Father to move the two of you away from each other.
Gave up our mortal lives to maintain this principle for all of eternity. Just as Arten's disciples cast themselves into the arms of total chaos, bathed in his black filth. In their exhaustion, have my siblings faltered?
I swear, if I could actually move over there, I would...
Stare me into submission? Why don't you give it a shot? See how it works out for you?
Oh, gods. As the two of you waste time and energy on quarreling, the Oasis is poisoned by creatures not seen since the Red Nights.
The Red Nights ended, brother. The Oasis will dry out again. We trust all will face judgment in time.
What a pot of shit! Did you not hear what he said? There is no time!
Did the High Priest of Amun raise you a man?
Our father actually has a name. You know, being a stone statue really suits you.
This is my oldest daughter, Nefertari.
Father.
She binds the Black Pharaoh in his stone sarcophagus. She embodies the spirit of Ma'at. Channel your spirit, just daughter.
Let justice be served in the name of Ma'at.
Do you remember the time Bubba showed us the moving photographs?
The motion pictures. I remember. He worked so hard to bring the light machine all the way out here.
Father carried the machine over the sands and through the city.
He brought it to teach us an important lesson, that what may seem impossible is not. Like Lawrence crossing the uncrossable desert.
I thought it was about loyalty, never leaving anyone to their fate, like when Lawrence went back alone to save his friend.
It must have been very hard on Father, carrying it all that way.
It was about fighting your own demons, never letting them claw you down.
Or he just wanted to show us something he'd enjoyed from the world outside. The world we will never see.
Carrying it like the priests of the enemy are doing now, just to show us the moving pictures.
Sister, Wait. What did you say, little brother? About the priests?
They are pulling things through the city. Boxes and food. Weapons. I don't feel sorry for them.
The enemy is on the move. They cannot be allowed to reinforce their positions.
That's why I was talking about the moving pictures. This is just like Lawrence of Arabia. Baba?
This is my youngest son, Hoi. He walks with the Lord of the Underworld, and he can bring sleep to the restless dead. He embodies the spirit of Anubis. Channel your spirit, son, with all your might.
Is it true that in Roma, there is an ancient city beneath the modern one? And that in New York, there are buildings that pierce the clouds? Oh, I wish I could see that with my own eyes. In another life, I too was a traveler. I went out as far as the sea, the one called the Mediterranean. I was small then, and it seemed so big, bigger even than the desert. Now our father brings photographs.
And postcards. Greece Athens 1974 is my favourite.
I still travel through our father, though I never leave this place. These lonely avenues where the sun's rays burn and the wind stings.
The novelty expires after the first few thousand years.
Sister, you know I share in your sad song. The gardens I grew here were watered by our tears.
Is that true?
Everything is true, little one. The gardens were beautiful, like a postcard, until the seal was broken. Then the animals fled, and the palm trees bowed under their own foul fruit.
It's Akhenaten's doing. His sickness remains, festering. Our efforts have come to naught.
All the waters of the Nile could not wash away the black disease. All the waters of the sea. It comes from beneath. And within my gardens, those who worship Aten dig down to it. I fear what they might uncover.
Me too. Can you tell us about the towers of the New York? Are they really taller than the pyramids?
This is my little traveler, Mutnefert.
Hello, Baba.
Her power is to cleanse the filth, to nurture the soil. She has been tested more than most.
The garden is corrupted. It must be cleansed.
But fear not, Mao. Help has arrived. Channel your spirit for us.
Closer? Closer? Oh, try the other side then. What about the gates? Really? Are you sure?
Who are you talking to, little one?
Oh, just the animals.
What are they saying?
Somebody's stealing.
Stealing what?
Secrets.
What secrets? Wait, from the Hall of Lost Records?
Someone's broken through the gates.
What about the defenses inside? Have they broken through to the inner hall?
I'll ask. Go inside, little ones. A little further, please. I know you are scared. The scarabs say it's all open and full of thieves.
We have to reactivate the safeguards. Can we do it from here?
The animals are helping, but they are afraid. They can't do it on their own.
Then we need help. Before they remove anything else from the Hall of Lost Records.
Before the animals are driven out.
And before those forbidden secrets are revealed.
Through the eyes of the cat, I see you. Through the ears of the jackal, I hear you. Through the tongue of the viper, I sense you. Baba!
This is my youngest daughter, Nefertari. She embodies the spirit of Bast. I need you to be strong, my darling, and channel your spirit for us.
Hi, Father.
This is my daughter, Netter. She has the heart of a warrior, and she protects her family. Summon all your power, my daughter, and channel your spirit.
I am sorry, Father. My song is gone. It was stolen in the night by the men in grey armor. May they burn in the afterlife.
We must get it back. Without your voice, the song cannot be sung, and the Black Pharaoh will rise again.
Please help us.
You must help us reclaim her voice. If the song falters, the Arten will stir, and the world will be ashes.
I am impressed, even as our sizable investment goes up in smoke. Hello again. Let me make a modest proposal. It only involves us both, doing what we're good at. I give you instructions. You help me close down this operation. Consider this. If these filth-infected beasts, these filth-infected unfortunates, leave this valley with third-age technology, both of our lives will become awkward. For me, at most, a temporary setback. For you, precisely. Make your way through the camp. Be thorough. Eliminate everything. Better scorched earth than sorry, I find. I'll keep you updated over that. That untraceable, encrypted line of yours. I believe this line of sentry guns has a discriminatory AI. It shouldn't hurt to reboot them. There is movement en masse south of the camp. Best you rush in where we fear to tread. The arsenal should have been set to self-destruct. This is very hard to watch. The manufacturing process alone. One matter. I'm still seeing a signature. Self-regulating slime suit. There, that wasn't so bad now, was it? We'll lock the camp down remotely. A bit of advice from one veteran of this war to another. Do not attempt to approach the pyramid until you have rectified the gigantic cock-up our operation there have made of things. I don't typically share HR issues with outsiders, but look around. I don't see a lot of other options, do you? They took something they weren't supposed to touch, despite direct orders to leave those status be. There is a delicate balance of energies inside the city, perfectly traceable on our latest generation Coldware. In these circumstances, we usually leave things be and gracefully retreat, but that option no longer exists. Graceful exits or plain old denial won't make this one go away, I'm afraid. The Aten rises, and I find myself ill-prepared for that particular event. You need to return what our people took, and fast. I found myself both deaf and blind during the events that ravaged our installation, but I am certain there is data in our systems still that can help you. They've been designed to survive the end of days. What's a little betrayal and massacre in comparison? You have what you need to get started quickly now, before the Dark God awakes. I can promise you, he will be ill-tempered and ravenous.
Repair sequence at 50%.
Are any Prometheus initiative personnel hearing this? Hello?
This valley used to be a secret to the world, even to the secret world. Now it's Grand Central Station. The first to enter came a few months ago. They found the secret passage, my passage, and they knew how to get through. I can only blame myself. Then there were earthquakes, fires from the sky, and the disciples of the Arten came out of exile. Now the defenses are breached. Finally, there was you and your kind. I have learned to both fear and welcome the agents of Gaia. But the latest visitors are what worries me. The demons from the Hell Dimensions have heard the whispers of the Black Pharaoh, and they are transcending the dimensions to come to his aid. We have enough trouble with the horrors brought back from the land of the dead. We don't need visitors from other worlds as well.
I see corpses on the battlefield. Vultures in the sky. The war has begun.
Earlier than was prophesied. Could one of us have recalled her bellicose nature? Strayed from her appointed station?
One of us. I have a name.
You have many. All things rash and impatient.
3,000 years. You call that impatient? I've stayed put, an obedient handmaiden like Patience on a fucking monument.
Honorable sister, you more than any know the strengths of the laws that keep us here. Stronger even than Hemitinetta's will.
In these times of lawlessness, chaos rises. The power of the word is challenged.
Don't get any ideas.
The word had its time. Talking is all you do. Why should we play by the rules when no one else does? Now actions must speak louder than ancient promises.
You cannot break the laws of the Pessaget.
We don't know what will happen.
Fine. You stay and be the better statues. I shall go forth in blood and fire, beloved of Sekhmet, mistress of dread, lady of slaughter!
She's really getting into this.
We can only hope the Artenists regret this day more than I.
Do you want to play another game?
We have to wait for Baba. He promised he would play also.
And he promised to tell us of Los Angeles, where they make stars.
They must have powerful gods in Lost Angels.
I really don't think Father will have time to tell you stories or play games of Senate. There are more important things happening.
What's more important than spending time with us?
Or telling us of his travels. As long as we stay together, says Father, everything will be okay.
He tells us what we need to hear, so that we will fulfill this destiny that we had no say in. Nefertari, he plays games with you so that you will stay happy and protect the animals. And he tells your sister stories of foreign lands, so she can feel the joy of traveling without ever going anywhere.
What does he do for you, then?
He leaves me alone. Now the Hand of Arten are making sacrifices to the darkness and rousing the dead. And our powers are waning. Father's perfect family is coming apart at the seams, and he must try and mend it.
I miss Father.
He'll be here soon. I promise.
You're making promises to a child that you'll never be able to keep. Take it from me, you'll hate yourself for that someday.
Waiting suits you well, Nefertari. So cool in the shade of your crown.
There will always be need for each of our aspects. In time, even you might appreciate this as an honor, not a prison.
An honor for whom? The Egypt we knew is long gone.
So?
Our civilization was not the first nor the last in this land. It is a land as old as the universe and as prone to chaos. Ask yourself why Arton chose to manifest itself in this place. Akhenaten had many grand temples and solar lodges built for it in Amarna, yet the voices called him into the howling desert. Why is that?
Because the sand is thin.
And what lies beneath can easily spread its influence. Entice men here and leave their bones bleaching in primeval caves.
That's how the Artenis seized power so quickly. They took up the arms that had been left behind. Hold on! You knew this all along?
Well, you didn't ask.
What? Is this because I pushed her off the bark when we were children?
Oh no. Don't drag me into this.
Earthquakes and falling stars. And look in the sky over the enemy's pyramid. And so many strange people.
Concentrate, Toy.
Then tell me another story, sister. Tell me our story.
Very well. Many days and many nights ago, a foolish pharaoh cast the scales out of balance.
Like the scales of Anubis?
Yes, but not for a single soul, for all the souls of Egypt. He refused the will of the gods and was cruel to those who kept faith.
Did our father suffer?
The high priest of Amun suffered most of all. His duty was to serve both the pharaoh and the gods. And he was torn.
Then there was the Great War. I remember being moved from place to place. Always moving.
To protect you. The high priest's 7 children were his greatest treasure. When the war ended, he discovered Egypt's peace could live on through them. Forever.
But now the peace is over. Is that our fault?
No, my son. You have all done more than a father could ask. I have been so very proud of you in every lifetime I have lived. And in every lifetime yet to come.
The High Priest of Amun despairs of his sacrifice. His hope must be restored. Mark well the gazes of all the gods, even the false one. Where their sights cross, you will find the places he buried his duty and his shame. There is always a hidden center. The priest buried his staff in the corners, for at the center is the chamber of eternal sun. This is where Amun's staff will reveal to you the past.
My wish is to see you, O Lord of the Persia trees. May your throat take the north wind, that you may give satiety without eating and drunkenness without drinking. My wish is to look at you, that my heart rejoice. O Amun, protector of the poor man. You are the father of the one who has no mother, and the husband of the widow. Pleasant is the utterance of your name. It is like the taste of life. Come back to us, O Lord of Continuity. You were here before anything had come into being, and you will be here when they are gone. As you have caused me to see the darkness that is yours to give, make light for me so that I can see you. O Amun, O great Lord who can be found by seeking him, may you drive off fear.
Sister, stop! That is not the enemy!
Oh, right. Well, first off, oops, sorry. Secondly, still in one piece, no harm done. We're all friends here.
How do you not learn to temper yourself? You cannot just smite everything that moves.
Sure I can. Did you not just see how I smote that?
What your sister means is...
I know what she means. It's not like she hasn't lectured me for the better part of 3,000 years.
And the fact that I've had to lecture you for so long should probably have sounded warning bells at some point.
Well, sister, maybe we should be doing something besides pontificating on right and wrong from atop a high camel. If you haven't noticed, we're at war!
Our days on the battlefield are over. Leave that to the young warriors, to the Marya. That's what they're there for. Ours is a different task, one of equal import.
What happened to you, brother? I remember you and Prince Tat fighting side by side. You weren't afraid to get your hands bloody?
I did what was right for our family and for Egypt. That hasn't changed.
He grew up. There's a lesson in there for you.
Don't you ever get tired of listening to your sermons?
I get tired of trying to talk sense into you, because you never listen.
Well, maybe there's a lesson in there. For you!
The two of you stop it! You're both right, and you're both wrong. We're here to make sure what happened back then never happens again. We've managed to do so for a long time, but we face new challenges now.
That is exactly my point, and
we do not know how to deal with it. We do not know if our father anticipated this, but we cannot afford to be rash. I'm sure our role in this is not over, but until we know exactly what that is, I vote we remain calm.
I vote we smite down anything that moves.
Imagine our surprise.
Quick access inventory updated.
Baba!
Hello, Mao. Hello, my children.
Hello, Baba.
Father.
Hello, Baba.
Hello, Baba.
Hi, Baba.
Hello, Father.
Hello, Father. High Priest of Amun.
Baba, the board is ready.
Are we playing? You always beat me at Senate.
You promised. And maybe I'll let you win this time.
So, what brings you, Father?
I've just come to see you all, my beloved.
What did you bring us this time, Baba?
I brought you stories.
Great, more stories.
And a postcard from Reykjavik, a city so far north that it's almost always covered in snow.
Snow? I want to see the snow. Can you bring us there someday? Please, Baba.
Oh, yes, please. I'd like to see the snow as well.
Someday, children.
Father!
We all need hope, my sweet.
Even false hope.
There's nothing false about hope, my sweet.
For as long as we've been trapped here, you've brought us only stories and pictures. How much longer do you intend to keep this up?
For as long as it takes. I will never leave you.
Never is a very long time.
Baba, come. I'm ready to play.
I'll be right with you, Mao.
That's 2 more in the bag. Mark a coil of rope on the board, brother. And on your watch, too.
If you paid as much attention to your own watch, the scales of war would be weighted in our favor by now.
Oh, go stick your head in the sand, Big Bird.
You have a large mouth, little kitty, but your bite suffers. Your teeth have been blunted by idle chatter.
As entertaining as your squabbling is, I'd rather... There are more of them, emerging from that ill-omened canyon. They gathered there as mosquitoes would at a stagnant pool. When we laid siege to the temple city as flesh and blood, the Black Pharaoh's beasts withdrew there to regroup. They knew it would be foolish for us to chase them within.
But you were fearless. You saw a nest of coiled vipers and did not hesitate to strike off their heads.
That's ancient history now, Hemi. And I am more mindful. To purge that canyon again, I would counsel strategy, positioning, and caution.
To think it only took you millennia to reach this enlightened state.
Stoneheadedness runs in the family.
I remember you. What arrogance to think that you can defeat a prophet. That you can fight a god. Look around you. Say your last prayers to your deceased deity, and prepare to face the eternal fire. The black sun will scorch the flesh from your bones and burn you to ashes. Go forth, my children, and devour this blasphemy in the name of Aten! For the sun! For the black sun!
We gave you gifts, you accepted them, and then you turn on us. Ungrateful child, how dare you come here expecting our mercy and generosity? You are pathetic. Leave, and never come back. You are nothing but a parasite. You are insignificant. If I thought you were worth another thought, I would destroy you. But you are unworthy of our attentions.
Nicholas.
You pathetic, fragile thing, undone by mere molecules, by things so small they cannot even be seen. You are a ridiculous creation, weak and brief. You think you can trust those around you, those you love and hold dear? You believe friendship to be anything but an illusion? They are all ours. Their words and their actions. We whisper in their dreams and we make them do our bidding. We can enter your mind, and we can wreak havoc. We can leave you an empty shell, or we can instill you with fear and anger, like those you have seen and fought in the world above. A mere thought from us, and you would vanish from this place and enter another. You would see sights that would destroy you inside and out. We would leave only enough of you to mourn the loss of your soul. We are nothing if not forgiving. Choose correctly, and we may allow you to make amends. The world can still be yours if you simply accept our path. This kindness will not be extended to all who defy us. Only you.
I'm close. I can feel it. It's drawing me in.
Kneel before us. Show us that you are with us, not against us. We accept your humility. You stand with us. We will grant you another chance.